2019. Time is 7 o'clock. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bridget, would you call the roll, please?
President Riley?
Here.
Vice President Janner?
Here. Here.
Present.
Here.
Commissioner Todd?
Here.
Next on our agenda is matters from the public. Bridget, do we have anyone signed up to speak?
Mr. Ferenzi is here to speak.
Thank you. Mr. Frenzy, if you could step to the podium. Excuse me, you can't.
What is the address too?
Can you hear me better? That's much better.
Yes, and if you just state your name and your address, please.
Yeah, my name is Phil Ferenzi. I live at 1761 West Algonquin Road in Mount Prospect. And the reason for my appearance here tonight, I'm presently under a 1-year suspension from Centennial Beach that I would like to discuss. Again, I was introduced to the beach about 6 years ago by a friend of mine that lives in town, and I've been going there peacefully for the last 6 years. Like a lot of people, I have a lot of stress in my daily life. I'm an accountant by trade. I am active on social media. I organize a lot of networking and events and class reunions through my high school. I get a lot of texts and emails on a regular basis. Apparently last August 13th, last day I was at the beach, I took a picture of the beach, and a park district officer told a staff member that I had taken a picture of her. She had approached me and asked me to delete the picture. I told her, well, she wasn't in the picture. If I take pictures of the beach, it's usually in the context of sending it to a friend, showing them that I'm at the facility and come join me here sometime. Again, I'm not here to make anybody's lives more difficult or anybody's jobs more difficult, but I've been a quiet patron of the beach for the last 6 years. I wanted to ask if the suspension can be either reduced or lifted. And again, my apologies if any pictures I've taken have offended anybody, but I do, in all due respects, think a year's suspension for something like this is a little steep, given I've created no problems for 6 years, and it would be lousy if I can't return till August 16th when 80% of this summer season is over, and then by that time you're going to be under reduced hours. So again, if it could be reduced or lifted, it would be greatly appreciated. There's other places I can go, like Lake Geneva or Indiana Dunes, that I've been to in the past, but quite frankly, Centennial Beach is a good facility with a lot of area to swim, and there's not a pool in any park district in town that could match the swim area, and that's why I go there usually on the weekends. If you can show some leniency in this regard, it would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you. We'll refer to our executive director for follow-up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next, I'd like to ask Commissioner Jim Ensign to join me at the podium. You almost had me changing the agenda. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to introduce a new commissioner, Josh McCroom, which we'll do in a little while, but also to thank Commissioner Jim Ensign for his years of service. Jim has been part of the Park District for much longer than most of us who sit in the dais. He worked at the Park District many years ago, performed ably, from what I'm told, and has served on the park board now. and has been a very active member of the Park District Board. Serves on many committees. His unique background of having experience working for the Park District always brings a different perspective, and it's very welcomed. So, Jim, small token of our appreciation to thank you for your service, and now you have to say a few words.
Great. You know, there's really not a lot to say as a park commissioner retiring. Mike's already called me a lame duck several times, so I was going to try not to quack when I got up here. But I do want to thank Josh McBroom for volunteering to serve on the board and for running successfully. And I want to thank the Park District residents who trusted me and the rest of us with the support of the Park District, you know, from administrative or policy standpoint. And I just want to say how much I really appreciate what park districts do, especially Naperville Park District. I'm very proud of it. And a lot of the reason why I decided to serve on the board was because I was very proud of what kind of work I had done so many years ago. And I also think about back in the 60s when I first learned to swim at a Park District pool, and all the things that that did for me, and all the things that, you know, my life is just a small representation of, you know, tens of thousands of people that we affect every year. So anyway, I just wanted to thank the rest of the park board and all the staff, especially for all the work you do every day. It's your belief in what you do and our mission that really makes us all be one of the most admired governmental agencies in the area. So thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you.
Now you still have to go back to work.
Okay, now we'll move on to updates and reports. The first report, actually, it would be the Parks and Rec Committee. There is no report, but the next meeting is scheduled for May 17th, 10:30 a.m. in the Administration Building Boardroom. So next is my report. And tonight is a changing of the guard for the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. We welcome back 2 returning commissioners and add 1 new commissioner. Experience and new ideas, a great combination. In my 9 years on the board, I've had the pleasure of serving with a dozen different commissioners. Each brought different backgrounds, different priorities, and different styles. But they also each brought a common trait. They wanted to serve the community to the best of their ability. While each one may have had differing interests and differing view of what they envisioned the Park District could and should be, they all operated in what they believed was the best interest of our residents. I have not served with a commissioner who put their self-interest above the community's. Serving as a commissioner isn't glamorous, but it is a satisfying way to contribute to our great community. So, thank you, and thank you again, Jim. Now for our Executive Director's report.
Thank you, President Riley. Several things to talk about here. Register with the partner for this year's Brooks Team Championship on May 18th and 19th at the Springbrook and Naperbrook golf courses. This is a 36-hole format with 18 holes played at each course. Any amateur golfer 18 years of age or older with an official USGA handicap is eligible. Register by May 12th online at golfnaperville.org, or you can call 630-848-5060. Weather permitting, underscore that, the Park District's paddleboat, kayak, and paddleboard rentals will open May 11th and will continue on weekends in May, and then will open daily for the season beginning Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th. The Millennium Carillon is open for tours on weekends now through the summer. Tours are only $3 a person and include a chance to see the bells, the Carillon instrument, and then climb to the top for a bird's eye view of the Naperville area. Check napervilleparks.org for further details. The Park District is planning its first ever senior art showcase, featuring painting and wood carving on May 15th from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. at the Alfred Rubin Riverwalk Community Center at 305 West Jackson. This is a free event for ages 50 and up. No registration is required. Refreshments will be provided, and you will get to meet the artists and find out more about these ongoing art groups. That really hurts, the 50 and up thing.
Yeah.
And the senior thing, that's just, who wrote this? Oh, he's killing me. The community is invited to celebrate the groundbreaking of the 95th Street Community Plaza on Wednesday, May 22nd at 4:30 p.m. The ceremony will take place at the south end of the 95th Street Library parking lot located at 3015 Cedar Glade Drive, which borders Frontier Sports Complex. The library will host a reception indoors following the groundbreaking. Learn more about this exciting new project on our website at napervilleparks.org. Both the Riverwalk Cafe and Centennial Beach will open on Saturday, May 25th, Memorial Day weekend. You can purchase your beach membership online at centennialbeach.org and receive discounts through May 24th. And finally, the 13th annual Frontier Kite Fly Festival and kickoff to summer, presented by the branch, will be held at Frontier Sports Complex on Sunday, June 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is a free event, and the Kite Festival offers fun for all ages. New this year, the Kite Festival is being co-sponsored or co-hosted by Kids Matter. New events include an obstacle race between the police and fire departments and Kids Matter teen participants, and a skateboarding demo and open skateboarding at the Frontier Skate Park. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ray. Next, we have our monthly treasurer's report.
Move to approve the March Treasurer's Report.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Would you call the roll, please?
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Next on our agenda is the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
7.1, please.
Move to accept consent agenda items 7.2 through 7.10.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Would you call the roll, please?
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Second?
A motion and a second. Any discussion? This is a voice vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we move on to unfinished business.
Move to approve item 7.1, the 2019 disbursements in the amount of $898,667.30.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Egan?
Thank you. My standard no vote for the 4% raise pool, but I want to expand on that a bit more tonight. Thinking back, I believe it was the 95th Street project that we touted 160 emails in support of. And I thought, well, maybe it's me. So I had the opportunity to meet with 130 unique individuals throughout tax season. And I asked each individual if they received a 4% raise. All of them said no. The shocker was, to me, I asked the retirees, including people on Social Security, if they received a 3% bump on their pensions. And the answer was no. So, based on the logic that we've used to approve other projects, I'm hopeful that everybody will join me in voting no tonight, in that we received 2% new money last year, and yet we issued a 4% raise pool. 130 people, unique individuals, not receiving that, I think is pretty consistent across the demographic, that's not a standard raise for everybody. So, long and short of it is we need to control our costs and stick to our new money. With that said, I'll be voting no.
Thank you. Any commentary?
Yeah, President, Finance Director Stanish, can you tell everybody here in the audience how many people received a 4% raise this year?
4% exactly,
Yes.
it's under 10. Our average pool was 4%. Of that, when we calculated the bell curve, how we do performance evaluations, our average was just about 3.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Todd.
I think I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, when we had our budget workshop and we talked about this, and this item in particular, I think it was mentioned that, many of our folks have gone a couple of years holding the belt and not getting any raises. And I think we decided that a 4% pool was appropriate, given that our folks hadn't been given raises in the last few years. So I have no objection to that. I also recognize that we don't give a flat 4% raise across the board. It's a pool of money, and we have to make adjustments, and sometimes people have to be brought up, sometimes people are brought down, but that's pretty normal. So we talked about this thoroughly at our budget workshop. I don't recall if Commissioner Egan attended that or not, but I know the rest of us did.
Thank you. Any other commentary?
Yeah,
Commissioner Benson.
I have a comment. I know that last summer especially that we had a hard time filling a lot of our part-time positions, particularly beach positions, and that with the full employment that is pretty much out there, that a lot of places that are hiring part-time people are paying way more than we are, and we've had a hard time competing in that area. So even though staff have worked very hard to get that corrected this year, part of that was our commitment to the 4% raise pool that would be used as necessary in order to attract the staff that we weren't able to track in the past.
Thank you. Any other comments? Would you call the roll, please?
Yes.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Yes.
President Riley?
Yes. The next item that we have on our agenda is the changing of the guard. So we're going to be swearing in new commissioners. So if Kavita Athankar can join me at the podium. Kavita Thanakar started her legal career as a prosecutor in the Will County State's Attorney Office. She quickly moved up in the ranks there, and as a felony assistant state's attorney, she prosecuted first-degree murders, drug cases, financial crimes, and sex offenses, which makes her perfectly qualified to swear in Park District Commissioners, right? She left the state's attorney's office to sharpen her litigation skills and worked as a litigator with BP Amico. Thereafter, she served as the city prosecutor and deputy city attorney for her hometown, the city of Naperville. Here, she prosecuted over 10,000 cases a year, served as attorney for the Liquor Commission, and trained the Naperville Police Department. In February 2018, in what she refers to as her proudest moment to date, she was appointed as an associate circuit court judge in DuPage County, where she currently sits in a criminal courtroom on the 4th floor. So thank you very much for coming. Now I'd like to ask our returning commissioners, Commissioner Janner and Commissioner Todd, to please come forward. And Josh McBroom, please join us.
You look a lot more comfortable. Yeah.
All right, if you could each raise your right hand to be sworn in. I state your name. Having been elected to the office of Park Commissioner
Having been elected to the office of Park Commissioner
of the Park District of Naperville
of the Park District of Naperville
in the counties of DuPage and Will,
in the counties of DuPage and Will,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Park Commissioner
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Park Commissioner
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Josh, would you join us? Now we get to throw Jim out? This is great. Okay, the upcoming meetings. Josh, I know you're totally prepared for this, so would you like to say a few words? Hit the speak button so that we can hear you.
I'm not on? Oh, I have to take my finger off. Okay, I'm learning.
That was the first test.
Fail already. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I appreciate the opportunity. I've always volunteered in some capacity in town, and this kind of seemed like the next step. I'm a big user of the parks. Most days you'd find me in a blazer like these gentlemen here, but I'm heading to Knock Park right after this to coach a Little League game. So, I get a lot out of the Park District. I've gotten a lot. I'm raising 3 boys in town, and I just thought it was great. I look at it as another volunteer opportunity. I'm looking forward to helping out.
Thank you. So for upcoming meetings, we have the regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners, May 25th, 2019, 6:30 p.m. That meeting has been relocated to the Administration Building Boardroom in 320 West Jackson. That will be followed by a regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners, June 13th, 2019, 7 p.m. in these chambers. Next item on our agenda is adjournment.
Move to adjourn the May 9, 2019 regular meeting.
Second.
We have motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you all.